Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking you through the Billabong Synergy EZI chest zip for winter wetsuit for 2013 into 2014. Now the Billabong Synergy has got a good reputation over the last few years of being kind of an affordable, lower end wetsuit for ladies that's really good quality, very warm and well constructed basically, so long lasting and fits well for women. No difference with this year. This happens to be the chest zip wetsuit. It's becoming more and more popular with women, and what they've done here is they've made a specific chest zip for ladies that's easier to get on and off. So hopefully you get all the benefits of having a chest zip without the downsides of making it harder to get in and out of. So what we do is talk you through the wetsuit from top to bottom. As I say, this is a winter wetsuit. The winter suits this year, the Synergy is a 5'4". So you've got 5mm of neoprene on the lower body, so kind of up to the seam, which is just here on the midriff, and then it goes into the 3mm above, the 4mm above the body, which is where you need a bit more flexibility but still retain warmth in the upper body. Okay, if you're wondering how sort of thick that actually is, it's pretty accurate. So some people with winter wetsuits, they say 5mm, it's more like 7 or more like 3, but this suit is pretty much bang on 5mm, and then you've got 4mm on the wrist as well. Okay, so good thick neoprene to keep you nice and warm in the winter months. Now, the difference with the Synergy between this and previous years is now 100% super stretch neoprene. This particular neoprene is called the AX2. Now, one of the bonuses with the Billabong suits is they use a really nice soft jersey, which is the actual part that goes over the neoprene. It's really, really soft to the touch, very, very smooth and flexible. And what that does is makes the suit feel very light and flexible, but actually makes it quite easy to get on and off because your sort of limbs slip through it easier. It's more pliable and easier to get on and off. Makes it dry a bit quicker as well, and obviously it feels fantastic and you get a huge amount of flex through the suit as well. So that's 100% of the suit is made for that these days. So top to bottom, which is really good from an entry level point of view or a lower end wetsuit. Moving further down the suit, all of the seams are strategically placed. This one's specifically built for women, so all of the seams are built with that in mind. Okay, so you've got large panels of neoprene to make sure that you don't have too much restriction from the seams. There's no bums seam, so basically fits ladies a bit better through the hip and through the lower body, and it's obviously curved to suit a woman's body. Now, every suit is going to fit women differently. So some people might feel they fit better into a Billabong, or maybe it might be an O'Neill, or it might be a Seaskins, or it might be a Ripcal. It's trial and error really, but Billabong tend to be kind of on the whole somewhere between O'Neill and Ripcal. Ripcal kind of more for athletic ladies, a little bit more wide shoulders, narrow hips, that kind of thing. O'Neill kind of a bit more curvaceous, and Billabong kind of sits somewhere in between. So it's trial and error really, but if you stick with the size chart, they should fit pretty well. And they've got a good range of wetsuits, very flexible, so we don't have too much problem in terms of sizing with Billabong, which is good news. Okay, so the AX2 neoprene is the whole way through the suit, nice and flexible. Okay, now you get some of the standard things, like you get the Duraflex knee pad, which is a puffed out knee pad on the Billabong, and basically locks around your knee. It's very durable, makes sure the suit doesn't wear through on the knee, especially useful if you're learning to do something, because it tends to be the knees that kind of wear through. So it's a nice little touch. And in terms of the actual styling of the wetsuit, we've just got the black in this year, kind of understated, nice logoing, just sitting on the back there, and then on the front and further down on the leg there as well, but a very good cut on the wetsuit. You get the smooth skin neoprene on the front, which is a wind resistant neoprene, keeps your core nice and warm through the winter months. Okay, you get that around the back as well. Which moves us on to the entry system. So, with the men's suit, you kind of have the chest zip locked down on one side, which means it only opens on one side, makes it a bit harder to get in and out of. But to make it easier for easier for ladies to get on and off, because obviously there's not so much upper body strength with women, so it's sometimes a bit hard to get the suit on and off. Then basically what they've done is they've made it kind of a flap that comes up and over the head, which allows you to open the top of the wetsuit up nice and wide and get in and out of the suit a little bit easier. Okay, the chest zip sits higher up as well, so it doesn't sort of sit on your chest where it might be more uncomfortable. So they have thought about all of that as well. But the benefits of a chest zip is basically, number one, you don't have a zip on the back of the suit, which makes more flexibility through the back of the suit. It means you can have more movement and there's less restriction. But also, you get an unbroken collar, unbroken seam I should say, seal around your neck. So that nice and tight around your neck, and basically you don't have the Velcro seam which breaks it up and allows flush through, sometimes through the back. So it's a bit better at keeping out water as well, which is quite a popular thing. So, the way that it works, the chest zip kind of zips across here, and the whole flap comes up and over the head. Okay. Now the pieces of neoprene on the actual wetsuit are brought up nice and high to make sure that any water that does come in through the top of the wetsuit, instead of coming into the suit through the collar or through the sides, you've got a flat piece of neoprene which will be squished against your body and it won't let any in. So any water that does come in just gets drained out through the front of the wetsuit, through these little drain holes, or through the back of the wetsuit through the drain holes there. It doesn't actually come into the wetsuit. Now it's inevitable that you will get a bit of water into the suit, but they do everything they can to stop that, including a nice smooth panel around the inside of the suit there as well, just to lock it against your skin and make sure the seal is as good as it can be, really. Okay, so that goes up and over your head, and then if I take the hanger out, there's two flaps of neoprene which are met together here, and that allows you to sort of open up the collar nice and wide. And essentially, the way that you're going to get into it is through here, which sounds a bit sort of daunting, but once you sort of turn the suit inside out, make it more like a pair of trousers and slip it up and over your body, it's not actually too hard. And once you get the hang of it, you'll find you'll be able to get in and out of the suit pretty quickly. And with the sort of smooth, very flexible neoprene, it makes it a bit easier to do that as well. So that's definitely a sort of bonus with this suit. Now if I turn the suit inside out, you can see what's going on the inside. Now all of this grey material you're noticing, basically that is just to signify the AX2 neoprene. So you can see it's the whole way through, that's the super stretch neoprene, the whole way through the wetsuit, from top to bottom. Okay? You get that front and back. And all the little dots and all the sort of taping is basically just areas where Billabong have sort of the stress points of the suit, where they might be more prone to rip apart. So what they do is they just tape that either with a bit of liquid taping or a circular piece of flat tape, so it's not abrasive against the skin, but also just seals the wetsuit, make sure that it's not going to fall apart on you. Okay. The orange material then is the thermal lining, which is one of the things that actually does make a big difference in a wetsuit. So it's a polypro material, which is kind of like a fluffy kind of material, much like thermal underwear. And basically that just insulates the wetsuit, so instead of heat being lost through the neoprene, slowly, but it does get lost through the neoprene. Basically that does a bit of a better job at insulating you, that thermal material. You get that around your kidneys, which is important to keep warm, which obviously keeps your core warm, and then you get that around your chest as well, so it's a nice little touch. Keeps you nice and warm. The actual material on the inside of the suit does have a sort of kind of a fluffier property to it as well, so that's what makes it so comfortable when you pop it on. So this particular suit, the Synergy, EZI chest zip Synergy, I think it's going to really suit ladies that don't want to have to struggle to get a suit on and off. So something that's more comfortable but still very warm and flexible. Okay, so the Synergy is going to be a really popular wetsuit for kind of people that don't want to spend too much money but want a good quality wetsuit that feels good when it's on. And it might even suit people that want to wear it all year round. So because it is so flexible and comfortable, it's going to suit sort of people that have a 5'3" or ladies that have a 5'3" all year round. Because let's face it, British waters never get that warm, so if you feel the cold a bit, this suit might be ideal for kind of spring, through summer, and then even into winter. You might want to bolster it up a little bit with a thermal rash vest in winter, but essentially it will do you all year round, and it will feel great, and it will last. So, the Billabong chest zip, EZI chest zip Synergy, it's definitely a wetsuit centre recommendation for 2013-2014.